Hello and welcome to today's video. As you can see, I've got a leaf spring here. I think it's from a small car. I've done a little bit of work to try to get it apart and popped off. I'm going to do a little bit more. I'm going to do a video on me taking this apart, or parts of videos of me taking it apart. It's not going to be one big long video. It's just going to be as I make progress. And then I'm going to be cleaning these and using them to make knives and swords and other sharp and pointy instruments. But I just got it out of my car, did a little bit of work over here, popping the bracket off. Really don't know how to take this apart. I mean, I've never taken one apart before, but I've got to get these brackets off of it. Cut the ends off of it and start cleaning it up. So let me get started and do the next step. Well, after doing quite a bit of work, I've got one bracket or clamp thing bent out of the way. That took quite a bit of work. And I've got that's heavy. Another one here, and further down there's two smaller ones. The big problem I have with this, there's a smaller bracket. There's the end. I'm gonna have to cut all that off. I got it on both ends. It didn't come off very cleanly apparently. So I'm gonna cut those clamps. 1, 2, 3 of these. And then I'm going to take this off. Hope at that point it releases. And then I'll deal with that stuff on the very end. And to do that, I'm going to enlist Mr. Angle Grinder or Angle Cutter. So let me do that and get back to you when that's done. Alright, I've got the leaf springs broken apart and sanded. These were covered with rust. I sanded them in my shop, which was a mistake because now I got to clean out my entire shop because I got rust dust everywhere. Let me show you. Let me loosen this. I don't know if you can see that, but it's everywhere. So if you do this in a shop, either have a lot of ventilation or do it outside. I'm going to take these three blades, they're going to be blades. I'm going to take these 3 springs and do 3 different size blades. But the first thing I got to do is heat them up and flatten them out. And then I'm going to decide what to do from there. So let me get the forge going, and then while it's heating up, I'm going to go on a little bit of rant about knife making and what I've learned. Just my 2 cents worth. All right, let's get this puppy going. Opening the valve. One, 2, 3. All right, there she goes, and she's loud. Kind of recovering from a little cold. So let me move this and go on with my rant. Well, let me get that first started to get heated up. I went ahead and put in, excuse me, I went ahead and started the other burner. Make sure it heats up a little bit better. All right, let me move this camera. All right, while that's heating up, if you can hear me over the noise, I've just started making knives. I've made some, and one of the things I've noticed on TV and YouTube is there's a bunch of people that, you know, they got to use this special steel, which is fine. You want to use it, use it. But they badmouth what you'd call scrap steel. This is a Schrade Walden. I bought this when I was 16. I'm 65. This is coming up on 50 years. This is a cheap knife. I still have this blade, and it's been through a lot. Put this up against any knife I've ever had. Had a bunch of buck knives. Don't have any of them because they all broke. This looks kind of primitive and crappy, but it's made from a bed spring. This is one of the best knives I've used, period. Holds an edge, sharp, love this knife. And it has a slight warp to the blade. Don't care, love it. Lawnmower blade. I beat the crap out of this thing and it just keeps on going. One of the better blades I have. And I've had custom swords made for me. But this, I can depend upon. So the point is, you know, make whatever you want to make. All you're looking to do is make a good, sturdy blade. Another thing I hate, I hear this. There's a show on TV, History Channel, everybody knows what it is. This is a sax design. I cut that tip with an angle grinder. And I get a little bit miffed when I hear people go, well, it's not forged, didn't forge the tip. Most modern knives are made on the reduction method. They're cut out of a sheet of steel. So I really don't want to hear that. But that's my 2 cents. It's just the way I feel about it. Now let's get down to business. Trying to get this out. All right. Mountain of scale on this. All right, that's pretty flat. Excuse me. That burnt. Let that one heat up. And flatten it out. All right. Number 2. Oh, that is hot. That's another good one. All right. Here's the long one. Back in for some more heat. All right, let's take this out and finish it up. All right. Let's check the other ones and see how they're cooling. All right, I'm gonna let them cool. Shut this off. That's going to take about 4 or 5 hours to cool down. I'm going to let the metal cool, and then I'm going to start marking them out and grinding them. Sorry for the voice, but that went quicker than I thought it was going to be, so that's good. All right, on to the next step. Might not be in this video, but we'll see.